Hello, YouTube watchers and eBay buyers. Seller ID Galaxy279 GALAXYTO79 here today to show you the rebuild of my 4-inch Craftsman vise. Now this one was made in the US. These vises were made around 1960s, 1970s time frame. And as you can see, I have all the parts laid out. I'm going to explain what I'm doing since the audio is very poor when I'm actually over here on this side working. So the first thing I do is I grab the static jaw. Grab that, grab this part here, the screw handle, and this one only has an E-clip instead of a washer and an E-clip. There. Super simple build. Next I'll be taking the base and the bottom casting, and I'll be rebuilding that. That I will use the rest of the parts. I have the housing piece here, D44 4B. So many of these Craftsman vices, the ones built in the US, were actually built by Colombian. Colombian built many of the Craftsmans and Fullers and many other vices that you see out there as well, just with different castings and different stampings and markings and such. So this vise is a 4-inch jaw. I did make a custom set of jaw pads for this one because the old ones were too mangled and abused to reuse. So I used 3/4 inch by 3/8 inch wide mild steel. I cut it and I made the pattern. I drilled the holes in the jaw pads, and I seated them with I used I countersunk the 1/4 20 screws that you'll see shortly here. I'm about to show you. Also polished the jaws to mirror shine. Look at that. Look at it in the camera. See all the lighting. You'll see all the junk I have on the table. And finally, here's close-up of the jaw pad. The screws are stainless steel, so they'll never rust on you. And again, those have a mirror shine as well. And now let's rebuild this thing. Notice the timestamp on here. We're at about 2:55. It doesn't take that long to rebuild this. Take the E-clip, put it in the groove there, and smash it in with the hammer. Well, gently tap it. Right, that is in there. And what the E-clip allows it to do, it doesn't have to be a super strong E-clip. All it does, it prevents the handle from coming out when you unscrew it. That's all it does. It just holds the handle so it doesn't come out when you open the jaw. Next, I always grab some red grease. This is just cheapy, standard red grease, and gob it onto the screw. So it's getting it all over my fingers, so it's nice and lubricated when you use it. See, how long did that take me? 2 minutes. Next, take the base, See, there's a groove in there. That is where the screw housing, I don't know what the proper name is. I'm going to call it a screw housing. That's where this goes. See, it has two sides, one totally flat, and the other has a little raised square piece. That part sticks out the rear, well, faces the rear of the vise, because this screw here, this bolt, see how it has a flat piece at the end? That piece comes up through the bottom of the base like this, zoop, and it holds that into place. That's all it is. So you get that, flip it upside down. Grab your base. Oh, also I'll show you the base. D44-3. Numbers matching. Alright, next we grab the swivel handle assembly, which includes this square bolt. Goes in, as you can see, there's a hole there, and that, when you loosen it up, that's what allows you to swivel the vise. What are you missing out on? Nothing. This is all I'm doing. I did paint this vise 4 coats each of Krylon satin olive green and satin black, military colors. I call this one the General. And now we'll flip it up, everything right side up, put it together. I'll show you the operation. You slide it into the handle, give it a little wiggle, turn the handle so you feel it getting caught on the inside housing. Now it's caught. See? Now, I'll show you how wide this opens. The measuring tape right here, you can see end to end is slightly over 6, almost 6.5. Which is different from the Japan version, which only opens to about 5.5. see, 4-inch jaws. Now let's show you the operations. You can see it opens and closes nice and smoothly. And there you go, guys. Nice smooth operation. Doesn't close 100% of the way. You'll notice there might be a couple of millimeter gap in there. Why, you may ask? I don't know. It's a terrible thing. Not really. I actually count that for the casting and the metal that I used. The mild steel may not have been 100% straight. So if you're looking for something that closes perfectly, the Japan version of this that I have for sale will do that for you. Now, another little thing to show you on the end here. This is just a casting mark, and it's not on the stress point anyway. So see how that mirror shine, guys. Look at that beautiful vise. So those of you who are curious, there's the markings. From what I've read, the 506 version, the 6 is indicative that it was made in Cleveland, Ohio, through the Columbia plant over there. 506. You may notice others that have a 508 that wasn't made by Columbian. It was made probably by somebody else. I don't know who made those, but I know Columbian make the 506. Now, as an added bonus, the little brother. This is a 3.5-inch version, of which you'll see many, many, many of these out there. They made a lot more of these than the 4-inch versions. They also made a 4.5 and a 5-inch version. As you can see, everything is scaled up. The 4-inch is taller. The handles are a little bit larger. That versus that. Swivel handle is larger. This is basically everything scaled up. Now for your second bonus, the Japan version. Why did I paint them in in the same color schemes? This is in tribute and an honor to those active duty who have served in the military. Thank you for your service. And it just looks good on these vices. What can I say? There's not really many differences on the Japan version, other than, like I said, you see those are factory stock jaw pads that close perfect. These are aftermarket jaw pads that I made. They don't close perfect. So if you're a stickler for that stuff, buy this one. It doesn't really matter. Either of them are fine. They're both strong, sturdy vices that weigh about 25 pounds each. The swivel handle, I've noticed on the US one, is a little bit longer than the Japan-made one. Flip it around so you can see. 391-5188. That was made in Japan. 506. 5188. Same last four, but the first three are different. Made in the US. So again, this is Galaxy 279, seller on eBay. Make sure to check me out. Add me as a favorite seller. I'm always adding cool new things. Thank you.